Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Tyler Rucker, and I'm back with another episode of Prospect. You know, I'm doing these segments for No Ceilings, and I just want to reach out to everyone and say thank you very much for your feedback on our first episode, which featured Baylor freshman Kendall Brown. This one, I'm going to dive a little deeper, and we're going to talk about one of the prospects that is absolutely buzzing in college basketball, and that is Arizona guard Bennedict Mathurin. If you weren't with us with the last one, basically what we're going to do is we're going to break down film together. I'm going to show you why Mathurin has become so impressive, such an intriguing prospect moving forward for the NBA draft. You know, this is a guy that's all of a sudden climbed into pretty much the top 10 when you're talking around big board rankings, potentially where he could end up in the lottery. You know, Mathurin's off to a great year. He's averaging almost 19 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and 1.1 steals while shooting really well from the outside. And he's doing a lot of special things around the court that I want to highlight in this segment. So, you know, I'm not going to get too in-depth right now. Just want to welcome you guys back. Thank you so much for your support on the first prospect video, and let's get after it. Benedict Mathurin. All right, so there's a lot of, fun stuff we want to talk about when it comes to Mathurin. Obviously, he came into this year. If you don't know a little bit about him, let me give you a little quick story. But Mathurin came in after a strong summer in U19 while playing with Team Canada. Was kind of generating some buzz as a potential breakout candidate as a sophomore. You know, a lot of people considered him as a late lottery pick, but Mathurin and the Arizona Wildcats have been so impressive. He's skyrocketing up boards. He's one of the hottest names right now. Just a sturdy guard at 6'6". You know, he's a bulldog, and I really have been impressed with Mathurin, not just as a scorer, not just as a shooter. There's a lot of parts of his game that really stand out, especially when it comes to his ability on the defensive side of the ball. So we're going to get after it. If this is your first time, like I said before, we're going to watch plenty of film. I'm going to play these clips through. I got a lot of them, so buckle down. If you guys are foaming at the mouth and your team's looking like it's going to be early in the lottery, you're going to love this video because Mathurin has a bundle of toys and his potential to be a really nice asset in the NBA. You know, first, I wanted to take a look at Mathurin. He's really taken some strides as a more complete player on the offensive side of the ball, And like I said before, if this is your first time joining, what we usually do is play these clips through. We kind of pick it apart, because if you slow the game down, you can see stuff that's really special. But Mathurin's jumped out to me with his cutting ability, and it's the recognition, the awareness of, reading the defense and seeing that potential lane, that potential window to attack. And I just really love this play from Mathurin because, we're going to get him on the left wing right here. Arizona's going to run a little action. We're going to get Terry getting the ball up top. And, right now you see Mathurin, he's locking eyes with his point guard. This is just pretty simple. Read in your defender right here. Mathurin's going to attack it. He's very explosive and quick when he wants to get somewhere. Like, he lulls people to death and then just all of a sudden, boom, he is gone. And that's all it takes is just eye-to-eye contact, seeing your defenders kind of out of position right here. Great cut right here. I mean, he sees this daylight already. And that's just a great finish right there at the rim. One of the things that's going to be often talked about with Benedict Mathurin is his outside shooting. And it's well-deserved. As a freshman, he showed some signs at U of A as being this potential floor spacer, this type of catch and shoot type of weapon. What we weren't expecting this year is, the step forward he's taken as a more versatile threat. I mean, Mathurin is dangerous off the ball, but he really gets up with a shot. And that's something that's really stood out to me is kind of the vertical explosiveness that he has when it comes to catch and shoot opportunities. Here we got Mathurin on the corner. He's going to run off this staggered little action and kind of run some interference. All you coaches at your X and O terminology, I understand what you're looking for. Let's pump the brakes on calling me out. We're going to get a good look here. And what's really impressed me with Mathurin this year is not just his outside shooting ability, not just the development he's taken as a more offensive threat, but it's also the tough shot making. This guy can get up and make efficient shots, big-time shots with a hand right in his face. Right here, that's some vertical explosiveness. He gets up on his jumper. It's smooth, it's compact. He can get up in a hurry if he needs to. He can get shots off quickly. There's just a lot of versatility with his game. And every time I've watched him, I've been more and more impressed with what he can do on each side of the ball. Something that's really stood out to me about Benedict Mathurin that, a lot of people I think haven't really been paying attention to in a weird way is he's a grinder. And I'm not just talking defensively. This is a rebounding animal. I mean, he fights, he works his butt off to create additional possessions. And I think that's really important with someone coming from, I think Mathurin's going to be projected as a wing in the next level, probably play off the ball. But if you have a guy like that on your team that fights and battles to get extra possessions for your team, keep the offense alive, like Mathurin's really sneaky and he fights, and it's just effort and putting yourself in the right position. We get Mathurin right down here, and you're going to see, he's right below the rim. Obviously, he's got good position on this clip, but I'm going to show you a couple in a row that you're going to see just how impressive he could be. What I really like about Mathurin is he just keeps moving. He keeps angling himself. He keeps his, momentum alive to read the flight of the ball, analyze it, and then he can get up. And he doesn't need a lot of momentum to get up. He has sneaky vertical leaping ability. I mean, and that's what I'm talking about with this play is, we get Mathurin, he has good hands. He can get up and tap, soft touch around the rim. He taps in some offensive rebounds for buckets. That's just putting yourself in the right position. That's a big time play. And like I said, I got a couple more rebounding plays. So, we got Mathurin up top here on the wing, just creeping. Just keeps creeping. Sees he's going up, and now Mathurin's going to work. And I mean, this is not an ideal position for a rebound, especially when it's going backwards. But that's the explosiveness. Give me that. Quick gather. Kind of the ball's bouncing around. Right back up with it. I mean, he can get a board and go right back up. There's another look at the rebounding. I'm telling you, this happens all the time when you watch him on film. I mean, he wants to mix it up inside. He's not afraid to be around the bigger guys. That's just high effort. Go get the ball. I want this more to you, right back up. I mean, I love that. I mean, I just look at Mathurin wants this. This ball goes in here. He's either thinking, I'm cutting right here for a potential backdoor. Big man doesn't see it. That's all right. And he's saying, well, shit, I'm down here. I might as well go to work. Punch the clock. Give me that. And then just smothered. Vertical leap, nice touch, right off the glass. And one. We call that and fun in the business. I love this one. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for guys that hit the boards. I really am, I promise. Mathurin, top of the wing. We got him right here in the corner. Watch how much he moves around and positions himself in traffic. I mean, two guys are basically thinking he's going to box out. He's like, swim move, put me in the NFL. Ball goes this way. Mathurin's like, I ain't giving up on this. I mean, look at that. That's all from giving a shit. I mean, I love this play so much. Weak side. All right, I'm going in here. Nope, let me get over there. I mean, the ball's coming right down here, and he's saying, I still got this. Give me that right back. I mean, I love it. I think that's the small little stuff that we thought he was going to be this late lottery pick. He comes back, strong build, good size. You're seeing a number of aspects in his game. The maturity, the confidence is overflowing. He's become, for Arizona, who's become one of the top teams in the nation, Mathurin's become one of the most important players for that team. I mean, he's consistently showing signs on a nightly basis of just how good he is. And that's why I think, there's a chance this guy ends up in the top 7 of the draft. I also wanted to point out that, Mathurin has some real quickness when you're talking about his ability as off the drive. When he gets the ball in his hands, he can really get downhill in a hurry, especially when it comes to reading the defense and reacting. A lot of really good timing and anticipation from his game. And I love this play because, we get a transition look here. Mathurin gets the ball on a push up the floor. Defense right there. I mean, he looks like he's got him, right? And Mathurin knows this guy's momentum is coming this way. So he's saying, I'm quicker than you. I mean, all respect to Oregon State, but I'm quicker than you. I'm getting right here. Boom. That's all it takes is my man's out of position with the momentum. Quick step, gliding through the lane. And you see that a couple times. Like, he understands, yes, I can stretch the floor, I can stretch the defense, but I can also get where I want. if I have the opportunity, if I see the defense is giving me a position, I mean, he really does stand out with that type of his game. I had to get this one in because this is for the I Got Hops family. I mean, I know you guys are all out there. Shout out He Got Game. But Matherin's going to get this inbound. You know, Arizona's going to run a nice little out-of-bounds set where we're going to get liftoff. Nice little interference in the corner. Matherin's going to get a clear runway, and boom! My goodness. That's what I'm saying. And I've had a couple people bring up to me, they're like, you know, is this kid really 6'6"? Like, he looks small. I do want to say that I agreed with that statement. And this was brought up to one of my friends at No Ceilings. That's really important. You got to remember how big this Arizona team is. I mean, they have some giants. They got a pair of bigs that are 7 foot. They got size all over the court. So, you know, if Mathurin looks small, it's just because of who he's around. I don't care how small you are. When you can get up like this, I mean, when you can get up, woo! My goodness. That's with some authority, too. I call this one the showstopper. If you've been watching Matheman closely this year, you should understand exactly what clip I'm going to put in, because this one's going to be played on highlight reels for the draft and Matheman forever. So let's just let it run. You know, out in transition. Hello. Good night. That is fun stuff. I'm going back. I don't care, guys. This is what I love. This is what I'm talking about earlier about the quick timing and anticipation. You know, Matherin gets this off a bounce, sees the last line of defense right here, goes for that reach. Matherin reads it. Behind the back, gather, lift off. Oof. It's a grown man move. That's a move that gets you up the boards in a hurry. This is just a nice little attention to detail that I thought was important to point out. You know, we're going to get Matherin kind of an off-ball 3 here, and it doesn't look like much, but I do think this type of stuff is important. You know, we get him in the corner right here. We're going to get a post up to Koloko. Matherin reads it, and it's just the spacing and the angle he understands to create a better look. You know, just that drift from the corner this way creates a wide open passing lane to Koloko. Splash. I'm a sucker for the little details. What can I say, folks? I really love this play, and this is my inner nerd coming out. So we get a miss from Kerr at the top, who I can't believe he wore Kerr as his last name, and number 25. Shout out, Kriza. But Matherin's going to make some effort. You know, you can argue that he caused that offensive rebound. You could also say the guy was just out of position. Whatever. He was battling. I'm respecting it. So we get another offensive possession. Koloko gets the ball, gets it back out to Matherin. We're regrouping, right? What I love about this play is when you slow it down, you just see the vision and understanding that Matherin has when it comes to attacking off the dribble. So Wichita State's big man right here is going to be guarding Koloko. He's pretty much in a position where he's going to be the help defender, if not this guy across the wing. Matherin's watching. And as Koloko starts to creep up, so does his defender. He comes with them. And Matherin's watching it the entire time. Once he takes that step, Matherin takes his own step and sells this first hesitation like he's going to use that on-ball screen, because he sees I have clear runway and no one here is going to stop me if I get past this angle, because Wichita State, they're all out of sorts. The two rim protectors, if you want to even say, I'm not saying bigs, but they're two guys that are probably going to contest this shot, are up here on the perimeter. And now Matherin understands I just got to blow by and I have a runway. This is basically fueling the jet. And it's just the smooth little details that stand out. I keep talking about the little things, and I showed you about the cutting earlier, and I think this is another really important example of the timing and cutting and the awareness on the basketball court that Matherin has in his game. We get transition. What a shocker. Terry's got the ball in his hands again. He's just been sensational for Arizona with his playmaking this year. But watch Matherin. His defender is coming up right here. Going to try to stay on him. Matherin sees it. Terry also is looking right at it. And guess what? We got another runway again. Right as Terry picks this ball up, Matherin's selling like it's potentially going to come up this way. But Terry gets eye contact with him. Awareness on the floor. Boom. Lift off. I also want to shift to playmaking, because Matherin does make some really intriguing decisions that I think don't get enough attention. And, you know, we're talking about a play right here where Matherin's going to get this ball down low. And I think it's really important to point out that, I talked about this in the Kendall Brown video, that a lot of young talents, if they find themselves in chaos, they could panic and they can get erratic. Matherin's going to get this, still has his dribble alive, getting smothered all over, tough environment. Arizona's struggling. They need to make a bucket, hostile environment. But I do love that he just keeps surveying. He just stays patient. And then all of a sudden, he's got a cutter right down the lane, delivers it right on the money. Nothing flashy, but I think that's important. You got to point that out. I like this one a lot too. This is a tough pass, and this is really nice job from Mathurin. I mean, he's going to come off this little handoff from Koloko pass, I guess you can say that. He's going to notice a potential angle for this pass inside, and it's just a quick little hesitation. He just patiently waits for that window. And once he gets it, he throws a great little entry pass that only his teammate can get. And I love that. We're going to get another one here of Mathurin, and I think this is important. We get a kick out here. Some guys might pull it, especially if they're confident with their outside shooting ability. Mathurin kind of takes off the dribble. He could throw a floater up there, or you could be patient and kind of see what else develops. And I love that he takes that extra dribble, makes the defense kind of collapse on him, and then Mathurin sees his teammate Koloko right here, and he's going to put this in a position where only his guy is going to get it. Puts it up top, big man goes and gets it. I love it. This one was one of those clips that, you can hear every guy that loves good passes. I feel like Jay Billis always does this on his broadcast, where it's like, if it's a good pass, you just hear Billis go like, good pass. I'm telling you, like, I'm guilty. I did the same thing. So Mathurin's down here in the corner on the wing. We're going to eventually get him coming up top. He's going to get this pass, and I just love this. Step back, shot fake, defender falls for it, and he just sees, look at this dime. Woo! My goodness, let's get that again. Step back, up, dime. Ugh. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I also love unselfishness when it comes to transition. And here we go. We get bounce pass, dime. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that one. That one's just a quick one. I love it. I'm just a big Mathurin guy. Shout out to my buddy Albert at No Ceilings, who thought Mathurin was going to be Iman Shumpert in the beginning of the year. I have not forgotten that, and I'm going to let you know about that 10 more times. So thank you very much. Enough of the offense. Let's get into the real fun stuff. I love Mathurin on defense. The word pest is something that is thrown around a lot when I watch him. It comes around to my mind. He's just a pest. He bothers you. He gets right up in you. He's got really quick hands. He's got just great timing and awareness. And Mathurin competes. I think that's what something people need to realize is this is a gritty two-way player. And I really think that's why NBA teams could be so intrigued with his talent. So I wanted to spotlight some of his ability on the defensive side of the ball. And I do love this play because we're going to get Mathurin over here. He's going to find himself in a help position. He's going to dig this play. But what I love is when you slow this down, because not only does Mathurin do a good job of helping on this and getting back, but you get to see the timing and reaction. Because, here we go. We get him in the help side. Ball handler's going to take them right off the dribble. Come to Mathurin side, dig. But if you see, he reaches for that and doesn't get anything. He misses, basically. But on this next pass, if I can pause it good enough with my advanced wizardry on the panel, if I want to put it that way, he gets his hands up so quick. And you see that a lot. He has violent hands, quick hands when it comes to seeing a ball, and he just attacks it like a hawk. And, pass is coming right here, tip. It doesn't look like much, but let's see if you can just see it from when you play it quick. It was just a tip from, I didn't get it, where is it? And all of a sudden locates the ball, reads it, off to the races. I think that's really impressive stuff, and I have a couple of these clips. Defensively, you're just going to keep seeing the fundamentals, the quickness with his hands, the analyzing what's supposed to happen, like reading situations. I think there's a lot to like about him as a defender because he really does own in on his craft. Like I said, I'm a sucker for defense, and I love this type of stuff because it just shows determination when you're playing on the defensive side of the ball. He's playing defense right here. But what I love about this is on handoffs, he gets right on your hip. And I can hear some of you coaches out there already like applauding and walking around the room. It's one of my favorite things to watch, defensive prospects, when they just get right up on people. You know, when you're coming off screens, coming off handoff situations, you want to get right on their hip and basically just cause chaos. And that's what I'm talking about with him being a pest. You know, right there, he's just all over you. And because he does that, we get a steal. And it's just from being in the right position. I mean, he's just tracking, speed up. I mean, look at the close. You know, the window closes so quick when it comes to that handoff. And he's right there. He's smothering. And just because he was all over him, giving effort, paying attention to detail, this is a quick, violent, just tip out to the races. I mean, I just love that play. This is another good example of just putting yourself in the position to where you don't always have to make the steal when you're trying to defend someone, but just by causing chaos. Like, I'm an agent of chaos. What can I say? I love the word. Chaos, anarchy, just being up in someone's grill and being all over them, you can just force turnovers. And another situation, Matherin's going to get an on-ball screen right here. He stays right on top of it. I mean, he's smothering them as much as he possibly can. The quick hands. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you just got the quickness and the anticipation to read plays. Boom, gone. Okay, now we got a couple fun plays, and this is going to be the home stretch of our prospect video for Matheman. So I hope you guys have been following. I hope you guys like it. Thank you very much for your service. These are some showstoppers on defense, and these are going to get the attention of all of you, I promise, because that's why I put them on here. I wanted to watch film with you guys and get you guys out of your chair. So I love this play. This is just a great sequence all around from Matheman. All over the ball, smothering, contests that drive, hands up, does a great job. I love this because this should be a layup. But Matheman just does a great job contesting. There's no one over the top here. This looks like it's going to be an easy catch and layup, and then Matheman just says, no bleeping chance. I'm not ready to swear yet. I know there's some kids out there. So I love that. That just shows you the vertical explosiveness. Like, oh, contained. Who's there? No one. I got it. This is me. Ooh. Another one. I talked to you guys earlier about being a pest. This is being a pest. This is being all over the floor. Arizona trying to run a little full court press to cause some pressure. Matherin's kind of all over the place. He reads this, gets a hand on it, doesn't get it. Some guys might get discouraged, kind of give up on the play. No, not here. Matherin still reads. He's got his head back. He's trying to read the floor, analyze what's going to happen. My man on Sacramento State's going to take this drive and walk the plank in so many words. Ooh. Again. But, I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you just slow it down, I love this because Matherin's reading this, analyzing the floor. Right there, he got his head around. He saw where that Sacramento State player was going to get in the middle of the floor. He closes in on it, doesn't think the pass is still going to come, and then Sacramento, they throw a prayer up. Matherin almost gets it, gets back. Look at it. Head immediately comes around because he's trying to read the floor. He's like, okay, well, what's our setup? Who's got this? Who's got where? Where's the hole in our defense right now? Gets back in position. He's trying to cover basically the hoop and the corner if that pass happens. Reacts to this. Up top, thank you. And this is another one I just wanted to throw in there because you can see another close example of the vertical explosiveness that he has in his game. Matherin's basically, we got him up top right now, but this play is going to end up being a post up for North Dakota State. Matherin's going to get a little challenge in the post. Here we go. So we get a post. Watch the vertical leaping explosiveness he has from just this play. I mean, I think that's just stands out. Stays strong. This looks like it's going up. I mean, and look where he is now. And trying to get better on my pausing skills, guys. But hey, that's what we do these. We do these for practice. I mean, that is liftoff. And I just think that's really impressive. So that's what we got for, Arizona sophomore guard Benedict Mathurin. I really hope you guys enjoyed this because I've got a lot of interesting prospects I am going to do in the near future. Pump these out a little bit quicker, but, it's been exciting. We're crossing the halfway point when it comes to the draft season, especially when it comes to college basketball, but we got a lot of games around the league heating up. College basketball slate's getting way more impressive. Of course, we've got March Madness down the road. NBL season overseas is heating up. Some international prospects are starting to make some buzz. So, it's been fun. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of Prospect. I'm going to have a lot more of these soon because there's a lot of names that are starting to buzz in the draft circles. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe below for the No Ceilings team. And if you haven't, please jump on over to noceilings.substack.com. We have plenty of draft content rolling in every day of the week. This upcoming week, we're going to have our updated big board as well. In 2 weeks, we're going to have a mock draft 2.0, which, we just posted our first mock draft video, which was our results from last month. Now we're going to have that ball rolling way more often, and the updated mock draft is going to be very vicious with the amount of movement that is going to be happening compared to our first edition. So thank you guys so much. Please subscribe to No Ceilings, like I said before, and let me know in the comments anyone else you'd like to see. And, for myself, Tyler Rucker, and the rest of the No Ceilings fam, you guys be safe, and I love you all.